So it is a brisk Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. Just leaving the house here. Got hey, Mr. Turbo in the back here. I don't know if you can see him. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? Taking a little ride here and heading down the road here, heading to town. And just an interesting morning. Just had the chimney swept out, and as I'm driving down the road here, just pondering a few things, what's coming in November, what's going to happen with this EBT situation. This morning, as I make this video, gold's up around $60 an ounce, silver up $1.25. Now, when this video airs, I have no idea where these numbers will be, but right now, it's almost lunchtime actually, and they are cooking. So I hope people are taking advantage of the pullback. I did go to the SD Bullion website about an hour ago and expect delays if you're buying from SD Bullion, which I hope you are. If you need this stuff, make sure to go to my link down below, SD Bullion. Otherwise, you can call them, tell them that Jeremiah Babe sent you. But anyways, just driving down the road here, watching metals bouncing back. Silver back over $48 an ounce. We just trimmed all these trees back the other day, and we have another quarter mile to go. But silver back over 48, gold back over 4,000. You know, it was only a matter of time before it bounced back. And who knows? We could see a pullback later today, tomorrow. I don't know. But I think right now at $48 silver, $4,000 gold, this stuff's on sale. And I think people will go, oh, you got to be kidding me. It's so expensive. But a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I think most people are going to look back and go, laughing that they bought this stuff at $4,000 an ounce and $48 an ounce, laughing. Because when I look at what's happening around the world, when I see what's happening in this country, when I see what's happening to the US dollar, what's happening to purchasing power, the debts, the deficits, we're going to look back and laugh. But we won't be laughing at what's happening to our country. We won't be laughing with the situation of our country, the condition of our country. Things are going to get much, much worse. And you know, I highly do advise that. I've been talking about this for years. Now, you know, now people are going to come out and tell you go buy, you know, food and water before something happens in November. I've been talking about this for years. We were talking for years about how dangerous it would be to go to these stores when people don't get their money, when people go hungry, when an event takes place, and quite possibly we may see an event take place, and that event is going to be people not getting their money, their food stamps, their EBT, and people getting absolutely irate and angry. And some people are looking for, some of these people are salivating at the opportunity, the chance to go out and wreak havoc at stores across this country. I hope that does not happen. But I do see people now talking about preparation, food and water, because now they're scared. You should have been doing this for the last couple years. Should have been preparing for years, because this stuff is it's not just gonna be November. It's gonna be other things that come after November. It's gonna be things that take place in 2026. So be very, very careful. But so much happening. I got to run over to Rural King, get a heat lamp. Turbo cruising with me. He likes going to Rural King, and he likes going for rides. And it's just a shock what I see happening to the United States of America. It is really, really shocking. But more to come. So we just got back a little while ago, and we did get a 25 basis point rate cut today by Jerome Powell and the Fed. So in return, markets pulled back, gold and silver pulled back, Bitcoin pulled back, everything pulled back. Silver, as I make this video, is up about 40, 50 cents. Gold down about $5, but it pulled back about $40, $50 earlier. after the rate cut. Now, I would presume that in the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to see metals probably go on another run. They were on their way today. But this typically happens after we get a cut. It's a day or two. The metals markets kind of digest all of this, and then we see, in a few days, another run. So we'll see how it plays out. But I want to talk a little bit about this. Fed cuts interest rates for second time this year amid labor market weakness. This on Fox Business today. As I said, gold and silver pulled back. I do believe they're going to go much higher. If you go to the SD Bullion website, you will see that it is going to take probably weeks before you get your metal. And one thing I do want to say is, and that's probably going to take place anywhere you buy from, SD Bullion, the best. If you need a reputable bullion dealer, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. One thing we're seeing, this has been going on for a little while now, is premiums are really creeping up. Just to buy a Buffalo today, the premium is roughly around $350 now. Not that long ago, it was $150, $175, and now it's $350. So maybe the prices have come down, but premiums are going up. And that is because of supply and demand. More and more people are buying this stuff. And, somebody will comment and say, oh, you're telling people to buy gold at 4,000, silver at 48. People don't have any money. I will say this again. People are still going to baseball games, football games, basketball games. They're going to Disneyland. People are still going out to dinner. They're still spending money. So for the people that can afford to buy it, the people who still have some money, it's probably a good idea that they're buying it. People shopping at Costco are buying so much gold at Costco they can't even keep it on their shelves. Food stamps will be paused for 42 million Americans. What to know? This on The Hedge today. I'm going to ask all of you this. Will you go shopping this weekend? Will you go to a Walmart this weekend? Will you go to a grocery store this weekend? Me personally, yeah, I will. I have no fear of going to a grocery store or a Walmart. Now, for the person that is completely unprepared, untrained, you probably shouldn't be going. But here's the question. For the people out there that are unskilled, unprepared, untrained, what will you do when you're forced to go to the store? And I mean, you may have a weekend or a week or 2 weeks of food. What if this thing really got out of control and now it's 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, no EBT? Things are escalating at the stores, and now you, the unprepared person, are forced to go to the store because you have no food to feed your family. Now you're going to take a risk. Now you're going to take your life into your own hands, and you will resort back to your training, which is absolutely nothing. And now this becomes very, very dangerous, and this is where you can become a victim. So this weekend, I probably will go to the grocery store. Maybe I'll go shoot a video at Walmart. I have no fear of it. I'll call Jacob, see what he's up to. Maybe we'll get him on the show. Go to a couple of these stores and see what's going on. I don't really think much in this area is really going to be happening. But in certain areas of this country, things could be setting off. And at some point, the unprepared people will be forced to go to the store because they're going to run out of food. They're going to run out of water, and their kids are going to go hungry. So what will those people do when they have to go to the store? They're going to be freaking out. They're going to be scared. And, I see so many people that make these videos warning you this and that. And I wish they would have taken more time themselves to prepare, to train, to get the skills. But they didn't. They just, they just want to talk about how bad it is, but they have no solution. What you should be doing to prepare for the tough times. And I've said for many, many years, you should be training. You should be at the range. You should be doing jiu-jitsu. You should be doing boxing. You should be putting food and water away so you don't have to go to these stores and take a risk. But there's things we should have been doing for years. And I know a lot of people now resent that I say that because they didn't do anything for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And now they know reality is coming home, that now things are going to get sketchy. But there's so many people out there that, that can talk about the problems, get people fearful. But what's the solution? I sleep really good at night. I don't live in fear. I sleep like a baby. And the whole idea was to be prepared so you don't have to be fearful. Like if you have plenty of food and water, preparations, security, you really should be able to sleep good at night. The people who are not going to sleep good at night are the people that are walking around in fear. The people that are now going, oh my gosh, what if this happens? Or, this doesn't look good. Or, what if I do have to go to the store? Or, what would I do if somebody broke into my house? Or this, that. These people are now the people living in fear. The people that used to judge and laugh, these are the people now living in fear. What would I do, if I lose my job and I go homeless? How am I going to take care of myself on the streets? These are the questions now that a lot of people are asking themselves. And I said years ago, don't get yourself in this predicament. The government shutdown has awakened the public. How many people are on food stamps? Well, we know it's about 42 million people. Why in the world does this country have so many people on food stamps? And I still have people writing me going, JB, there's old people, elderly, sick people, this, that. I understand that. And we should be helping these people out without a doubt. But why do we have almost 42 million people on food stamps? It seems to me that there's way too many people. Also, 59% of people who should not be in this country, 59% of people who should not be in this country are getting food stamps, EBT. They're getting food that the taxpayer who is grinding it out daily is paying for. And look, I don't mind having my tax dollars going to helping Americans who need help, had a little bad luck, fell behind, lost a job, they're old, they're ill, whatever. These are the people we should be helping. And I have no problem paying taxes and having my tax dollars help those people out. I do have a problem helping people out that shouldn't be here. I have a problem helping people out who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s who are able-bodied and who could go get a job tomorrow doing something. Maybe they're not going to be working at Apple, but they could be working at Chipotle, they could be working at a Walmart, they could be doing something, but they don't want to do anything. That's what I have a problem with. I have no problem helping the people that need help. And if we just help the people that we need to help, we'd help them even better. We'd help them even more. But the whole system is so stretched because so many people from this country and other countries are all taking advantage of the same system. GM lays off more than 1,700 at sites in Michigan, Ohio, citing EV challenges. There's another 1,700. Government shutdown could cost U.S. economy up to $14 billion, CBO says. How is this going to be good for inflation? And what's interesting is we get another 25 basis point cut today, while we're not even near the 2% inflation goal that the Fed has set. So we are cutting rates while inflation is going up. This is very, very dangerous. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. But this is just how weak the economy is. And they know it. Paramount to lay off 1,000 employees with more cuts expected. It's just thousands here, thousands there. The Fed's pivot, the return of easy money and the inflation storm ahead. This on the Hedge today. The Fed is ending quantitative tightening before it made any significant dent in the mountain of cash they created last time around. They reduced the balance sheet by $2.2 trillion, and that sounds wonderful. It sounds like a huge number, but there's still $6.6 trillion on the balance sheet. Should they be cutting quantitative tightening now with $6.6 trillion on its balance sheet? Absolutely not. So I guess this is going to be the new normal, according to this article, that the Fed's balance sheet is going to be at $6.6 trillion and climbing. This is the new normal, 60% higher than before we destroyed your purchasing power. The big problem is when the Fed goes from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing, which they're going to do at some point. Here's the problem. They're starting out with a bloated balance sheet of $6.6 trillion. And they're starting out at zero. They're not starting out at $1 trillion. They're starting out at $6.6 trillion. So think about how quick we can get back to $8, $9, $10 trillion on the balance sheet. We're in very, very big trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And markets at all-time highs, even though they pulled back today, we're going to see markets probably go much, much higher. They're going to rejoice with this 25 basis point cut, even though it's already been baked in, but it's good news. And the algorithms trigger the markets with good news. And so I would imagine tomorrow, Friday, we'll see markets rejoicing, doing very, very well. Remember, your jobs, your economy has been sacrificed for the stock market, for the very few to get richer and richer. TheEconomicCollapse.com. As the government shutdown drags on, here are 9 signs that the U.S. economy is shutting down all around us. And there's probably 90 signs, but here's 9 of them. UPS has eliminated 48,000 jobs. Amazon will lay off 30,000. Target, 1,000 highly paid corporate workers done. Chegg Inc. Will cut 45% of its workforce. That's a California-based learning platform. Nestle cutting 16,000 jobs. Candy Warehouse filed for bankruptcy just days before Halloween, when candy sales are supposed to be at their highest. Carter's Baby Clothing closing 150 stores. And the once great Westminster Mall, Westminster, California, shutting down. This was the second highest grossing retail mall in 1986. And now it's going to be closing down and probably turned into rubble. And they'll probably put up some kind of low-income housing units on top of it. So sad to see. I don't know about you, but as a kid, I loved going to the mall. It was a place to socialize. Growing up in Chicago in the cold winters, it was a place just to walk around and get some exercise and just get out of the house. It was fun just going to the stores. It was fun just getting something to eat. It was a really nice experience. And unfortunately, most kids today will never be able to experience that, because most kids today don't really do anything. They just sit around at the house, play video games, eat processed food, and really don't move a whole lot. So it's unfortunate, but it was a great form of exercise, a great form of socialization. I just always really enjoyed going to the mall. But here we are today on this Wednesday, and we're going to be told that, and continued daily to be told that the economy is doing wonderful because the markets are at all-time highs. But let me ask you this, comment down below. Is your economy doing well? Is your bank account doing well? Is your job security doing well? Is your purchasing power doing well? Or is it just me? It just seems to me that this is the worst economy, and it's every year it just seems to be getting worse. Every year it just gets worse. And what's going to happen when these tech stocks correct? Because this is what's carrying Wall Street right now. And what happens, and it always does, what happens when the tech bubble goes boom and tech stocks correct? What is going to happen to the stock market? We are sitting on a powder keg, ladies and gentlemen, a house of cards built on quicksand, and it's about ready to go down. Is that another year from now, 2 years from now, or 2 weeks from now? I have no idea. But what I do see happening daily is the economy and the average American paying a severe price here, and their purchasing power decreasing, their standard of living decreasing, yet everybody should be happy because the stock market is up. Comment down below. How are things going in your personal finances, in your personal economy? We'd love to know. I can tell you from most people I talk to, it's not improving, it's getting worse. Unless maybe you're in the top 10%, top 1%, top 0.0001%. So let us know. And let me know too, will you be going shopping this weekend? Will you be going to the stores? Will you be going to Walmart, Costco, the grocery store, or are you going to stay home? It's a good question. I would advise that hopefully you have food and all your preps and you don't have to put yourself in harm's way. I don't know if anything's really going to fire off this weekend. Who knows? But what happens when you have to go to the store? Are you prepared to deal with chaos? Are you prepared to deal with the EBT zombies? What would you do if a group of people came up to your shopping cart and said, hey, we're taking your food today? What would you do? Most people aren't going to do a damn thing. They're going to give it to them and walk away. You better be ready for things, ladies and gentlemen, because if you have food at your home, if you have money at your home, if you have assets at your home, it's not going to stop just at the Walmart parking lot. Things are going to continue to erupt in this country. And you could say, hey, I live in a nice neighborhood. Well, that means you don't live very far from a bad neighborhood. And so it's not going to just stop in parking lots and grocery stores. Hungry people, evil people, criminals are going to come to your house eventually. And for the people out there that have been telling us how bad it is, how are you preparing? I just have to close on this. These people who point out all the problems but never have the solutions, and they don't really put their money where their mouth is. What are they going to do when somebody comes to their house? You can avoid the Walmart parking lot for a while and the grocery store for a while, but what happens when you can't? And what happens when this comes to your house? What are you going to do? These people aren't going to do anything. So don't be like these people. Most of all, be out there proactive, be training, be at the range, be at the gym, be on the mats, be praying and walking close to God. You've got to be proactive. All these shysters out there, all these con men out there, selling the fear, but they don't have an answer, and they don't walk the walk, and they don't train, and they know it. And you can see who these people are because they look weak as hell. Don't be a weak individual, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time to get as strong as you can. This is the time right now. It's been the time for years to be adding the skill sets, to be walking close to God, to be doing all the training, to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and getting ready for hard times. We got to be training ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially for what's coming. I'm going to leave it there today. I don't want to rant, but man, so many fake people out there, so many people not walking the walk. Get your house in order, ladies and gentlemen. Don't rely on the system to feed you. Don't rely on the system to protect you. You will be on your own. Remember that. You will be on your own. So get ready now. God bless. Take care. I'm out.